No Counts Given Live with Kyle Rush.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to No Counts Given Live with Kyle Rush. My first ever live stream. Listen, you're going to have to be nice to me. You guys are going to have to be very nice to me today, okay? I have tried this 3 times now. I have tried to go live a whole 3 times now, and every single time was not working out for me. Yesterday, I tried to go live, and there's one very lucky person out there. I tried to go live yesterday, and I'm playing around with new systems, trying to figure out what's going to work best for me. And as I'm playing around and I'm figuring it out, I'm trying to watch my stream on a private YouTube link, right? So that way no one can hop in the chat, no one can hop in and see me doing what I was doing. So I'm in there, I'm working around, I'm finally getting it to work. This is like 3 hours after I had already planned to go stream, or maybe this was like right after, I don't really remember. And I was planning to go stream, and I was trying to stream, it wasn't working, I was trying to stream, it wasn't working. I'm sitting here playing around with it, testing out the chat, writing test, and I need to make sure my mic's working, 1 second. And as I'm testing, I look at the box that says how many viewers there are. There was 2 viewers in there. And I was like, that's a little weird because I should be the only person in this live stream. Turns out there was 1 lucky person that was in there watching me frantically figure out how to do a live stream on YouTube. And now we're here, and I figured it out. Now, I want to go live more often. It's been like circulating in my mind, and I've been going back and forth with it. And I do want to go live more often. So again, please be nice. This is my first time doing live on No Counts Given. I've done it a few times on my personal channel, but it's something that I feel like I really want to get into, especially with competitions like International Dance League, which is what we're talking about today. We're going to be going through each of the round 1 routines, only round 1 routines. I don't want to go into round 2 yet. That's going to be, we'll talk about that in a second. Oh, there's my kitty hair flying everywhere. My cat hair, I should say. My cat hair flying everywhere. Anyways, round 2, I want to do at a different time. However, today we're going to be going through round 1. I'm going to be looking at the scores. I want to go through the scores that I had predicted as I was watching the event. And then I want to go through the scores, and I want to see like where teams are lacking, where teams are doing great. Might go through some of their history throughout IDL and look at some of those scores as well too. Be nice in the chat. If you hop in during live and you want to talk and you want to share your thoughts about teams and join in the conversation, I'm perfectly okay with that. That is why I want to do live streams. I want to have more conversations with people as I'm going through the routines, because honestly, as soon as these events are finished, I'm on social media. I scroll for a little while, but my For You page is so cursed. I miss so much IDL content, and then when I find IDL content, I always feel so lost in the sauce because I don't know what's going on. So I want to start doing live so we can have more conversations surrounding this. So hopefully those that have been enjoying the IDL content, come and join some of our live streams. Let me tell you the next one. The next one I'm going to do a live is going to be this coming Thursday. What would that be? Thursday, August 6th. At 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm in California. You do the math. I want to do another live stream. I'm going to do round 2. And then we're also going to touch on the ESPN stuff going on with IDL, because I do have a lot of thoughts about that. But if I start talking about it now, I'm going to get into it for a couple. It's just going to be long, and I don't want to do all that. So since we only have 3 routines that we're going to do for round 2, come by Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, and we're going to go through round 2 and talk about ESPN and all that other fun stuff. Everyone who has been watching my IDL content, I just want to say thank you. And some of you guys have been going to the podcast and like listening to some of the podcasts, and thank you. I appreciate that. I was scrolling on TikTok. This was yesterday. And I was getting tagged and mentioned in a couple IDL videos, and people just saying that they like watching me and I'm funny. I was like, wow, you think so? Okay. I appreciate it. I guess so. Anyways, and saying that, you just appreciate my analysis of what I have to bring to the table. Someone was like, he's stern, but I'll tell you why, he gets it right. And I was like, thank you. That's what I try to be. So before we get into all of the content and what we're going to be doing today, one thing I do want to say is, and I say this in every video, I try to say this in every video, sometimes I forget and It shows in the comments. I'll tell you that. It shows in the comments. I appreciate every single one of these teams. I'm pro dance as a sport. Pro dance as a sport. I do think dance should be a sport. I'm also pro dance as an art. I think dance is also an art. This is a separate conversation. Come for that rant on Thursday. But I appreciate every single one of these teams because as someone who dreamt of this when I was a kid, of like why am I watching basketball on ESPN? I hate basketball. Why am I watching football on Sunday? I don't even want to watch football. Like, so I appreciate that there's something like the IDL that's coming out and platforming dance as a sport, supporting it, giving all of these dancers and choreographers and legacy teams just a higher platform for them to elevate their craft even further. And it's something that I thoroughly enjoy watching. So I just want to say I appreciate every single one of these teams. I'm rooting for every single one of these teams throughout the process. I cannot wait. I always say it. I'm going to keep saying it. I cannot wait for LA and championships. I will be there. I will be there. No counts given. We will be there. Yeah, so you're going to have to follow and just stay tuned for all the content that we have coming around IDL. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Oh, what was I going to say? It was something about LA. Oh my gosh, it just popped in my head. This is why I write notes, okay? This is why I write notes. That way I stay on track because I am not getting it right now. What was I about to say? What was I about to say? Something about notes, something about IDL, something about Los Angeles. I said something about championships. Be nice to all the teams. I think that's really... Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. I found it. I found it. This live stream, I'm like, how do I intro this? I'm going to be honest, guys. For the past, what? I started podcast June of last year. Everything has been just like pre-recorded. So it's really easy just to do this to the camera, watch it back 2x speed, cut out all the parts that I shouldn't say or I don't want to say or I don't want to put online. So that it's like easier that if I forget something, I could just record it at the end. Anyways, what I was going to say is, I would not be able to do this and cover these teams and be able to continue to push dance in the way that I would love to see dance in the future if it wasn't for my incredible sponsor bringing you No Counts Given live today. It is Dance Team Union. I'm not going to roll an ad right now. We will have an ad break, which will be about 20 minutes into the show. So an ad break for you, a time for me to like get my head together and be like, okay, let's get the show going. So what I want to do first is I really wanted to go in and talk about some of the teams that we're seeing, right? So I want to go through and just like give a little brief talk about each of the teams that we see going on in the IDL. And then I want to go through the score sheets. And then we're going to go round by round. And one thing I want to make very clear is that when I'm going round by round right now, meaning like GRV, the Royal Family, then I'm going to go Brotherhood, Quickstyle, then I'm going to go 1 Million, Jam Republic, is that I'm really looking at these teams as a whole, as if these are 6 teams going against each other in one round. I'm not really looking at this as like GRV did this better than Royal Family, Brotherhood scored this over Quickstop. Like when I really look at the event, I like to look at all of these teams as a whole, as if like all teams are competing against each other in round 1, which I would not mind seeing. I'll take note. What was I saying? Anyways, yeah, put all these teams in just one round. So when I'm looking at them, like I know a lot of people like to compare like GRV to Royal Family and then, you know, each rounds, but I want to go through and I want to just talk about each team individually for a second. Let's start with GRV. Now, GRV is a team that I thought we were going to see climb ranks very quickly in the season, very fast. LA, I feel like they came out with a bang, the launch event. And then we went into, I think it was New York. They still look great. Like one thing about GRV leading up to Seoul is that GRV has consistently had at least one of the highest scores in the entire event series or the stop as a whole, right? But because Royal Family or who was it before, Brotherhood outbeat them by 1-2 points, it's not really shown. Right? So they're scoring higher than a Quickstyle. They're scoring higher than a Jam Republic. They're scoring higher than maybe a 1 Million. But because they're losing that round 1, they're not moving on to round 2. That's one thing I feel like we've seen consistently with GRV throughout the series up until Seoul. Seoul was their lowest scoring routine yet, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Always correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. I trust me. I know you guys will not hesitate to do so. Trust me. I know you won't hesitate to do so. Anyways, but they were also the lowest scoring routine in the Seoul stop. Lowest scoring routine, and then I think it was Jam. That was like, they're in the same 84 range, but GRV was like low 84, and then Jam was like higher 84, I'm pretty sure. So I'm getting a little nervous, okay? GRV is my home country team, so of course I'm going to continue rooting for GRV throughout the process. Unless they do something to me like Jam Republic did. Yeah, speaking of Jam Republic, I had a comment, and maybe I should clear this up because I thought it was a joke. I don't know. Okay, sometimes I think it's a joke, and then Gen Z is like, no, that's not how it's done. So I don't know. But one thing I need to say about Jam Republic, we're gonna talk about Jam Republic right now in a second, is I was playing this joke as I'm watching Love Island, and I'm playing this joke with many of the Love Island contestants. Like Kenzie, she was my client, right? Like I'm her PR representative. Like I'm going to defend her in the comments. I'm going to defend her no matter what, right? She's my client. Kata, she's my client. I would, yeah, she's my client, right? Jam Republic, they started off as my client. I had to fire them, right? We had that little conversation in my commentary video this past couple days ago, right? So you guys kind of get the idea. I don't literally work for Jam Republic, or Jam Republic does not literally work for me. It's just a joke. So please don't think that I work for Jam Republic or vice versa. I don't. Okay. Well, let's talk about Jam Republic. Okay, so Jam Republic, I didn't know too much about and going into the IDL the IDL series from the launch event. And I don't remember much from Jam from the launch event. I don't remember much of Jam from the launch event. However, as they started the series, sorry, I need to pop something up on here to make sure that my YouTube is all running fine and dandy and good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So one thing about Jam is that as they started in New York, then they went Vancouver. New York, I was like, okay, I feel like they're starting to get it. And then we came to Vancouver and I was like, are they getting it? And then the series just kind of went on, and I'm just seeing this, I don't want to say downfall, but the trend is going downward for Jam and the scores. And they're not reaching like high 80s. They're not really moving on to round twos lately. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Actually, I just want to see really quick where I'm pretty sure they're like either ranked 5th or 6th right now in the series. Yeah, they're ranked 5th right now in the series. GRV, who we just talked about, is ranked 4th right now in the series. So for Jam, I just don't know like where we go from here, right? Like I understand from my knowledge, from what I've been told, is that there have like the dancers that make Jam Republic don't all come from the same area. So they're like only practicing with each other, not as frequent as maybe say a GRV or a Royal Family is. So it's like this constant developing team, right? But I think there needs to be a point where Jam's like, how do we work this system with all of our dancers who maybe don't live around? Again, this is just an assumption, that don't maybe live in the same area, work in the same area. We're only meeting each other when we're getting to Seoul or Vancouver or New York. Like, how can we still work together to make a banger routine and a competitive routine, right? I think when it comes to the pro level, I just expect these dancers to be at that pro level no matter what, because that's what a pro athlete, a pro dancer, a professional is going to do when they're showing up for their job, right? That was going to segue to Brotherhood, and I don't remember how. That was going to segue to Brotherhood, and I don't remember how. Okay, so let's talk about Brotherhood, because Brotherhood has been clearly no one's going to beat Brotherhood right now in at least the series. They could be beaten in championships, and what a gag that would be. But in this series right now, Brotherhood has just been going unanimous, like every single time. They have 56 total points in this series. And just to put it into perspective, if anyone's watching and doesn't really understand this, the second place team, who is 1 million, has 28 points. Yeah. That's like double, right? That's like almost exactly double, which is crazy. So by the time Los Angeles comes, like no one's going to pass Brotherhood. So Brotherhood's already locked in that #1 spot, right? Now at this point, it's like either Jam Republic or Quickstyle. You're going to have to go against Brotherhood. I mean, I guess GRV too, if you're looking at it from a real analytical standpoint. Not me stuttering. Oh my god, how embarrassing. But honestly, like at this point, it's like who GRV, Jammer, Polo, Quickstop. Which one of you guys wants to go against Brotherhood in championships? Which one? Rock, paper, scissors. Go now. Oh, you guys don't want to play. Okay, that's interesting. So Brotherhood, I'm just like, obviously we're gonna see them in championships, right? Unless like GRV drops completely to #6, and then what I said 2 months ago, maybe GRV will actually win. I don't know. So it's just very interesting to see, right? I'm very interested to see how that's going to play out, especially when it comes to championships of like who's going to actually compete against Brotherhood. Let's go to 1 million. You guys, I'm a 1 million fan now. I'm a 1 million fan, I have to say. Something about 1 million this season has been very inspiring, I must say. Very inspiring. To see them, like, don't get me wrong, Los Angeles event, launch event, they were incredible, right? They looked great, but it wasn't competitive. It wasn't competitive. It didn't really tackle a lot of the captions of the score sheet. And then to see them get into the series and start understanding their brand into the IDL score sheet, fuse it together. You guys hear me talk about it. It's just been really cool to actually see 1 million step up. Royal Family is going to do what Royal Family does, and that is what Royal Family is doing right now. Royal Family is going to do what Royal Family does, and Royal Family is doing it right now. Right now. It's, oh my gosh. I don't know. Royal Family can come for, like, they're slowly getting it, right? Like, it's a slow burn with Royal Family. It's a slow burn, but they're understanding it. They're getting the score sheet correct. They're scoring so much better since New York. I'm talking point wise, not score sheet wise, point wise. Like, they got 9 points New York, 3 points Vancouver, 0 Sydney, yikes, 10 points Seoul. So the highest scoring amount of points that they've gotten in the series. So really cool to see Royal Family. It's like, especially in Seoul, I felt like I was watching. This sounds so bad. This sounds terrible. I feel like I was watching Royal Family again. I really felt like I was watching Royal Family again. Really fun to see. And I'm just excited to see what they bring to Los Angeles, and I can't wait to just witness it in person. I remember when I watched them at the LA launch event. It's like you see Royal Family, or at least for me, like growing up, I would see Royal Family HHI, Royal Family this, Royal Family that, Periscope Bell this, Periscope Bell, right? But to actually see them, like in LA, watching them, it was so surreal, and it was so crazy, and I was so inspired by them. They kind of lost me at the beginning of, like we talked about it. They lost me, right? Like Royal Family was about to be dropped as a client too. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. However, they won me over in Seoul. Kind of like how I was wanting Jam Republic to win me over in Seoul, but we're not talking about Jam Republic. Quickstyle, I just don't understand it yet. However, I appreciate that Quickstyle's being true and authentic to themselves. All teams are. Well, but I do feel like since Quickstyle, we've seen them in the launch event, they've remained consistent in the way that they're building their pieces, composing their pieces, building their sets, utilizing styles, utilizing grooves, and all of the things like where you watch it, I could watch it when they're not in Quickstyle uniform and be like, yeah, that's a Quickstyle routine. Yeah, yeah, that's Quickstyle. So very fun to see Quickstyle. Did I miss anyone? Did I miss anyone? Okay. We're gonna run an ad. DTU. We're gonna run an ad. My incredible sponsors, Dance Team Union. When we come back, we're going to. I know we're gonna talk about the score sheet, but I think I might bounce back and forth from the score sheet as we're watching teams. So when we get back, we are going to get into GRV. We're gonna watch Royal Family. We'll get into Brotherhood, Quickstyle, 1 Million, Jam Republic. Roll the ads. Roll the ads.
The next one is already calling. Dance Team Union Rankings are a season-long virtual leaderboard where teams from across the country compete, score, and rise all year long. Through multiple virtual events, teams submit routines, receive expert video critiques from DTU judges, and earn scores that build toward something bigger. Because when the season ends, it's not just about the rankings. Top teams earn national recognition, exclusive awards, and major grand prizes, rewarding consistency, growth, and excellence across an entire season. Every performance counts, every score matters, and every routine brings you closer to the top. The next DTU ranking season is coming soon. Train smart, compete often, and get ready to see your name on the leaderboard.
I love my partners. I love my sponsors, Dance Team Union. Yeah, let's get into... We're going to start with GRV. As you guys can see, I was testing it a little bit, you know, making sure that everything was going to work good. All right. Oh, oopsie. Let's get into GRV. Now, to be quite honest with you guys, I don't really know. I'm going to put this down as I talk. I need to fix this. Uh-oh. Again, first time, y'all. First time. Be nice. Be nice. Now, you guys watching me edit in real time. I love that. Yeah, there we go. I don't want to see the message. I don't got to see that. That's fine. All right. What was I about to say about GRV? Let's get it. Oh, this is what I was about to say. I don't want to. I'm gonna like watch it. We'll probably pause it. I might turn it down, turn it up, talk through some things. I'm gonna try my best not to talk through as they're actually dancing. I'm gonna try my best. It's not in my nature, but I'm gonna try my best because I don't know how the audio is going to be. To be real with you. All right, let's get into GRV. This is round 1 from Seoul. Here we go. Let's talk through it. And if the audio is bad, if it's low, someone in the comments just tell me. That's better. All right, so already from the intro, oh, I forgot, the bass is cooked. Oh, the bass is cooked in this video. The bass is cooked. And like almost all the videos. I think I was watching someone's reaction, and I don't know if it was 1 million or something, but the bass was so cooked, I was like, oh, you really want me to react to... All right, so already from the intro, what I want to say is, when I first started watching it, I was like, okay, I like the difference in layering. I like the difference in visual textures that they were giving. I like the difference that I could see, like the moments that they were going with in the musicality. But then as soon as Sinner switched with the person in the column, I got lost. When I think about it, creativity-wise, it's just not the most solid idea. And I understand they're going against Royal Family, and Royal Family is like known for doing those switches, but you have to, like, if you want to win, you got to at least put it on the score sheet, right? Like, it has to make sense. And one thing I like to think about is when I'm watching back these routines, scoring them wise, I think, would I be able, not me personally, but would the team be able to add more to that to just enhance the performance overall? Did it make sense with the music? Could there have been just more in general? And I feel like there could have been more. So just off the bat, it just didn't leave the best taste in my mouth to go out with that choice. I love the oppositions here. Hey, let's go. Nice moments. Nice moments. I do feel like the walk-offs on the side here, they just got a little lazy. Like there was nothing, it didn't feel very intentional as they were moving off to the sides here. So again, going into that creativity caption, it's just not adding this freshness to the routine. It's actually taking away from it. Okay, now this next one here, sorry, I'll turn off my fan. Going back to the creativity, and I want to look at, so let me take my notes now already, because I already know I'm going to forget. GRV, I feel like their creativity for some reason might be quite low. Um, this huge mass of dancers back here are not being they're not complementing the choreography as much as I feel like it could have. So it goes back to one of those points where I'm like, could there have been more? Could you have added something to enhance the routine even more? And this is another area where I feel like they could have. GRV, I feel like these like moments where they take the pauses to complement and add like dimension and well, I guess just dimension to the stage. I feel like GRV does do that a lot, especially in like their vibe sets and a lot of sets that we see outside of IDL. But taking it to an IDL stage, I just don't feel like it works very well. Let's go. I love the textures. I love this group that is dancing. The way they attack this piece and use moments and use a lot of these. A lot of wrist rolling. A lot of wrist rolling in this intro, this first half. But honestly, like I would have even liked to see the group that's facing the back right now do the same choreography, face the back. Have moments where you turn and face the front and like give us some visual dimensional layering or something that's just going to complement the score sheet, right? Complement the score sheet. So yeah, let's continue. Actually, I want to watch that back group one more time because like what was the musicality? Nice. Yeah, not my favorite, but it's okay. Hey, let's go. Nice moments. That was a good moment. That was a good moment. One thing I will say, which I enjoyed right now, and I feel like, I don't know if maybe if it was crafted this way, but I also caught myself thinking this, and I missed it again when I was watching this live, is the way this choreography moves stage right, and then my dancers stage left exit, but my intention is like driving stage right because the choreography that they utilized was really fun. Like they just exited, but I didn't even notice it because I saw this huge lump sum of dancers right here. Not huge, but this lump sum of dancers right here, this grouping moving in stage right. So that was really cool. I really did like that. And then you guys know, like we talked about the spacing, right? So one thing I want to talk about really quick is just the spacing overall from IDL, from the Soul Stop in particular. We're going to notice, and I haven't written down all the, sorry, I haven't written down all the captions yet to go through and see like where teams are laying and their scores here. However, um, I would imagine that spacing is going to be some of these teams' lowest scores of the series because of the line indicators that we have, right? So just watching here, like you could see like opposites, like they're not lying on the same area on the stage. So I would imagine spacing in this area particularly definitely hindered their score. Nice moment. Nice moment. I like how this tempo switch. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That was a nice moment. Now, here's one thing I want to say. Number, is that 6? Is he 6 or 8? I don't want to get there yet. Yeah, number 6. Sorry guys, I'm not like on beat with the names. Okay, I know some of you guys are like on beat and know every single dancer. I'm not there yet. Number 6 here, I love watching. I love watching, especially in their last stop. What was that? Sydney? 8 down. Like that, anytime those clips fall on my For You page, I'm watching it and I'm not skipping it at all. However, we highlighted him already in a moment that was already so memorable for IDL. I feel like highlighting him again in another similar kind of vibe was not the smartest move to go. However, love watching him. Love watching him. I just think he eats down. Yeah, fun. Formations, though. Don't get me started again. Love that moment. Love that moment. Ooh. Okay, so here's my thing. It's hard for me to believe that that was planned. It's hard for me to believe that this round off tuck to the floor landing like this was planned. Now, what would this do to the score sheet? Honestly, I don't know. Like, it could ruin your projection. It could ruin your communication. It's like, here's the thing. Look at this moment right here that we're watching, okay? Every single dancer right here is watching him, right? Every single dancer right here just watched my homeboy fall to the floor, which is fine. However, there's going to be some dips in momentum here. Why? We're all noticing this, okay? We weren't expecting this. This is probably a huge moment in the routine. This was obviously supposed to be a moment where it's going to pull the audience in and get us going, whoa, let's go, eat it down, right? But it was missed. So I think that this was a moment where we started losing that projection and communication because we noticed the fall and already starting off with a bit lower energy. However, I will say from this wide angle here, I can't comment on the energy, right? I can't even tell. From that front angle, I could tell the energy was not in the room with us. From this wide angle, it's harder to see, but I'm noticing that GRV isn't dancing the way that GRV dances with each other usually. So this moment, it's hard for me to believe that he was supposed to fall, go to the Bugatti. What I will believe though is that he's tried this many times and has fallen many times and has learned how to recover many times. And for that, I give him some professionalism points because clock that T. Here we go. Let's go. Okay. And then what's not the best part about this, right, is that, and I like routines to feel thought out all the way, right? So from that round off tuck, I woke up in a new Bugatti. Hey, hey, hey. And then they all start getting it. I just needed to sell a little bit more. I wasn't bought in. I need them to sell it to me just a little bit more. Party. If I just woke up with a new Bugatti, you're not gonna see me. Oh, Bugatti, yeah, you good? Yeah. Right? Heck no, give me that Bugatti. And then also, I just don't love, like, we just party transition just to get to this spot where we could create a Bugatti. It's just not. I just want to know what was going on with GRV. Like, I love you guys, so I want to see you succeed and do better. But, like, what happened here? Right? They have great choreography, I will say. Like, if you actually listen to the lyrics and watch the routine, they have great choreography, and that's something I could appreciate from GRV. Hey, let's go. That was a nice accent. I like that accent jump, but they could have used it in maybe like a bigger sum of dancers to make the visual pop and come alive even more. I noticed that from the round off tuck to the party to the Bugatti, like this dancer is the focal point. And it's becoming the focal point for quite a while. So it's like, at what point are we going to start adding a little bit more dimension and layering into the routine? I like that crown moment. I'm not going to lie, though. I did not notice that the first time I watched it. I'm now noticing it. It just wasn't as relevant. It just wasn't as noticeable as it should have been. I think after a while, GRV's routine, like, it starts to feel like we're just doing we're just doing combo choreography and moving around the stage in groups and then using a few dancers to highlight, or not really highlight, but just to like nugget really quick to add some kind of dimension onto the stage. But that's where I say it doesn't feel like the routine is fully thought out, right? Like, when are we going to start coming to moments other than the Bugatti, but like coming to more moments that are going to make your routine just a little bit more memorable? And I feel like we're just missing that. Again, with the walking out. I just think it needs to be a little bit more creative. Yeah, it just wasn't thought out all the way, because then we have dancers who, some are leaving with the choreo and then some are having to run off stage. And it would have just been nice to maybe see every single dancer have some thought out piece of choreography as they're leaving the stage to maybe highlight or give direction or attention to the new grouping that we are forming. Here, so there's 30, 21, 21, 27, I don't know. All of these dancers right here are now just running off stage. Nice. I do like that they switched it up and gave us a little bit of floor work, and I can tell you now, this looks hard. This looks hard. Nice moments. Nice visual moment. That was nice to see, because in the live stream, I could not tell what the little thing is as they're going around, but that, I like the musicality in that. That was really fun. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, nice moments. Hey, let's go. That was probably the best part of the routine. The floor to this was probably the best part of the routine. Do I feel like the staging here could have been a little bit more thought out? Because it's like, are we supposed to be in a line? Like, I can't, you know? Like, I get... yeah, okay. Here we go. Yeah. Maybe not on the lyrics Jamaican. Where's the color? Oh, right. Maybe not on the lyric, but yeah, I get the point. I get the burn, but like, you got to do it better, because I feel like Royal Family is really known. Let me get there real quick. This visual moment is like, oh, but we're going to get to the spacing. You just wait. But this visual moment is so Royal Family coded. The guns in the air, which separate conversation for another time. However, I am a believer that you should not be doing this on a competition stage. I don't think we should be pointing up guns, but separate conversation. I love this transition from here going through, right? Like, these are the moments that feel thought out, right? And I just think we needed more of them. Now, when we get to the spacing, let's take a quick look, okay? Oh, that Celsius is coming. So right now they are on a 10 panel stage, I want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless there's another one out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're on a 12 panel stage, which is a huge stage, okay? Look at the, like, you know what I mean? Like, you get it? Like, you know? So, like, my furthest person out on this side, the opposites, he's on the, what is it? 0, 1, 2, 3. He's on the 4th panel, opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, a whole panel off from spacing. So, this is where I'm saying that I feel like GRV's spacing score should have been low. Like, I'm talking 7s low. I'm talking 7s low. Because all throughout, it is just not... It's not even, it's not clear, it's not defined. Now, I'm excited to watch Royal Family because Clay on the live stream said that they were tied. Royal Family and GRV were tied, okay, in spacing. And that's just hard for me to believe. It's just hard for me to believe. I have some questions. Who do I send a dispute to? Or no? I'm gonna email you. We're gonna talk. And here I go stopping some more. Dancer over here, I get the accents. And on a score sheet like Vibe, Bridge, Prelude, like, I get it. On a score sheet like IDL, I don't get it. Okay, ready? Accent to the floor. Still to the floor. A full 8 count. Now he's down. Right? So if I'm a judge and I'm sitting stage right, and in this one moment, I decide I want to watch number 8. Let's take some scores. I'm gonna watch number 8. For 3 8 counts, you were just breathing? like there has to be a moment, right? There has to be an understanding in the choreography. There's got to be an understanding, right? Like, what is this doing to the routine? Is what I want I want us to think about, right? What is this doing to the score sheet? By watching your choreography, and I look at the score sheet, and you guys are probably wondering why I keep looking up here because I have the score sheet right here on my wall. And I look at the score sheet, I think, what do these accents add? Complexity of choreography? No. Cleanliness? Maybe, but you really don't have much to be clean on. Staging? Not really. Especially if you think of that second part of staging. Creative ways to move from one formation to another to allow for quick and seamless transitions, right? Musicality? No. Creativity? No. Projection? No. Spacing? No. Technical execution? No. Like, where do you add that into the score sheet? So, come on. Come on. And then you have to listen. No one ends a piece like GRV, period. No one ends a piece like GRV. When I think about outros, I think of GRV, right? Let's get that same energy for the intros. Let's go. Nice. Okay, so yeah, not the best routine from GRV, but we know that. Okay. Where do I think GRV would be scoring high at? Complexity of choreography is, I think, one of GRV's superpowers. Maybe if it's not showing on the score sheet or not, but I do think it is one of GRV's superpowers. Now, usually, I do think another superpower of GRV's is staging. However, in this routine, definitely not. Definitely not. Musicality. Okay. Musicality is another one where I'm like, GRV just knows. Okay. Actually, let's switch back really quick. Right. So, what was I saying? Musicality. Musicality is one where I just think GRV can really dominate on a score sheet. Like they just understand musicality so well. And I don't think there's a lot of teams that could. Brotherhood as well too, right? Like I think GRV and Brotherhood are just two that I immediately go to for musicality. We're gonna switch back. So let's look at the IDL score sheet. What do we say so far? So complexity of choreography, the level of difficulty implemented throughout the movement. GRV has a lot of that. I feel like we missed some of it. It got lost in the sauce as in their routine. But they definitely started and ended very well with that musicality, right? Or sorry, complexity of choreography. Musicality is another one where I think GRV is just really dominant on and just knows how to command a score sheet and musicality. Projection and communication is one that I just don't know if GRV had this competition, this stop, right? But projection and communication, and then creativity and spacing are three areas I know GRV can do so much better at. So I'm just interested to see how they progress throughout Los Angeles. Now let's look at the scores. Yeah, let's go look at GRV scores. So what are their lowest scores here? We have creativity. Yeah. Let's look at their spacing score. 8.5. I just don't like I would have maybe a 7.5 or like a 7 would have made sense to me, but an 8.5 just doesn't make sense to me, especially when you have those line indicators. So it makes me just think that maybe the judges that were judging aren't used to judging on a stage that have line indicators. So I don't know. What are we missing? Projection and communication I thought should have been lower, maybe like a 7.5, because it just felt low. Like the ability to provoke some kind of feeling from the audience, I felt like was missed in many of times. The Bugatti driving, the crowns, the backflip, like all of these moments that should have provoked some kind of emotion from the audience was missed, right? 8408. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, so complexity of choreography is one of their highest scores, I would say. Yeah. And then musicality is, yeah. So those are the two that I thought maybe they would do a lot better, or sorry, that they would do the best at. Stamina, anyone should be getting higher than an 8. Anyone should be getting higher than a 9 on stamina. So, but I do want to say, if you watch the commentary video that I did, my arm's getting tired from holding the mic. Okay, so my predictions, I have my predictions here from when I was watching. I like to just kind of go through and just like by watching the routine one time, just give an idea of where I think predictions fall. And I want to give people, because I've seen some comments. So what when I'm doing my predictions, I'm thinking of two things. I'm thinking, okay, is this a not so great day from the judge? Like if they watch this and they completely eat them down and are like, eat them down in a bad way, right? They're just like, it's not flowing. I don't get it. I don't like it, whatever. That's going to be like the lowest possible score that I think they can get, because even if the judges are not having a good judging day, you still have to judge the score sheet as if you're having a great day. However, environments can impact the way a judge judges, right? And another thing to think of is that it's GRV. GRV was the first team to come out in the Pro Series to actually perform in Seoul, right? So that's another thing to consider as well too. It's their first time watching a routine, right? So if it's like a dope routine, they're going to want to score it a little bit more on the higher side, right? Versus like this routine could have had, I did see that. We'll talk about that too. This series, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Anyways, so something to think about, right? So I write highs and I write lows, right? So if they absolutely went out and performed this routine to the best of their ability, landed the tuck, partied a little bit harder to separate areas, like all of these things, then that would be a high, right? So based off what they gave us, I predicted that their lowest score would possibly be 84, and then their highest score would be an 86.5. I'm happy to say I almost got that exact, 84. Now, again, this is just me watching it and being like, yeah, that's an 84 routine. Or yeah, that's an 89 routine. I'm not looking at the captions and scoring and writing notes down and doing all that fun stuff. It's just I've watched so much routines in my life that I feel like I could watch and be like, that should be this to this, right? Okay, hang on. I see your comment. Let me get to it really quick because I did see this, and this is another thing that we're going to talk about tomorrow. So let me plug really quick. Not tomorrow, sorry. On Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to watch round 2. Yeah, so we're going to watch round 2. The series introduced half points options for the judges. Thought that was cool. Yeah, I agree. I think that was a great move because there is a huge difference between an 8 and a 9. And then there's a huge difference, not a huge difference, but there's a clear difference between an 8.5 and a 9, right? So I think giving these teams, or even like a 9 to a 10, like what might be a 9 to what a 9.5 is to what a 10 is, are like 3 huge drastic jumps, right? So I love that they did that. And I wish they did communicate that a little bit faster to their audience, but it might have been something that they just agreed on. Well, I know they said they had mini meet. Anyways, doesn't matter. So yeah, let's scoot back really quick. How long have we been in? Oh my gosh, you guys. How's it almost been an hour and I've only gotten through GRV? So I predicted this only be an hour. I gotta go by. Just kidding. But what we're gonna do is I have an ad I have to play. We're going to play this ad. We're going to get back. We're going to do Royal Family. We're going to get into Brotherhood, Quick Style, 1 Million, Jam Republic. All the things. If you're chatting or sending messages, think I appreciate it. During this ad, too, I also have to get onto TikTok Live. So enjoy the ad. Brought to you by my sponsors. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Dance Team Union.
Dance is evolving, and I don't know if the competition world and industry is pushing to get the change. This is how it's done. This is our protocol. This is what we do.
The industry is lacking creativity. The story that was always told to us is, well, it's been this way for many years.
We want your money, we want your team. Here's your box. We don't want you to do any more.
Certainly organizations didn't appreciate my kids and didn't allow them to grow. I'd always felt like they'll just replace you with another team. Like an abusive relationship, the cycle needed to end.
DTU is setting the tone for what the path forward should be.
Even though it was scary, it was the right choice to make the jump. I saw weight lifted off of my kids and I felt hungry again.
We are like a complete 180 of a program.
Because of Dance Team Union's philosophy, everyone in the school has more respect for the dance team.
From registering for camp all the way through the nationals.
DTU is going to support you.
And make your program better. What do you need? What can we do for you? How can we help your dancers?
They build us up as coaches and they're like, go out there and just do your job.
That was us. That is the best you've ever done.
Anyone that comes into the DTU family will feel that they have a personal relationship with the DTU staff.
At the end of nationals, I get a phone call from somebody and we have an honest conversation.
Very transparently, we love this, we don't love this.
And I'm heard.
There is so much freedom.
With music and costuming,
Choreography rules.
they want you to go out there and be the boldest team that you can be.
When I think about what we have now that we didn't before, it's a voice.
What those kids really can do is so much more than what you see on a sideline. It's their time to shine.
They feel like the stars of the show.
They were seen and respected and empowered.
That's going to give you that push to go out there and perform a little bit bigger. That's where you see breakthrough.
Give the people what they want.
If you want phenomenal communication,
If you're sick of your dancers not being heard,
If you're serious about change, be part of the change.
Break the mold. We're not in a box. We can be bold and we can be ourselves.
Be you. It's one of the best decisions that I've made as a dance coach.
I'm so happy to be here right now.
All right, we're back. We're back. As you guys know, if you're just joining us, we are talking about IDL Seoul, going through each routine. If you are now on TikTok, because I see people are joining on TikTok, we are streaming live on the YT. No counts given. So if you want to watch with the videos and all that fun stuff, you want to go to the YouTube. All right. Let's get into Royal Family now. We're going to watch Royal Family. Now, listen, you guys, I've been seeing all the comments of people like, Royal Family got help from them. They got help from these people. They got help from these people. They did this. They did that. Royal Family is coming and being Royal Family, which I think is just absolutely insane. Let's go into Royal Family. Here we go. Again, if you're watching on TikTok, we are live on YouTube. Hey, let's go. So already to start, like we see that the difference in the intros is like way different, right? They're coming out and they're adding additional layering. They're adding visuals. They're adding moments. The switches from going from center to grouping is just a little bit more thought out, if you ask me. And for a lot of routines, not just the GRV to Royal Family matchup, a lot of the teams, I feel this is just beyond what most teams are bringing for an intro. The visuals I love in this intro. The crowns going back and forth, the huddling to separating. It's just really fun to see. Let's continue. Let's watch it again and then continue. So Royal Family. Just so Royal Family. Let's go. Okay, that moment where they just grab on, they lift and pick them up as they're like jumping, I die. I love that moment. It's just creating different kind of layering and visual patterning to the routine that I love. And it's like these moments. There's this moment and there's another moment when we get there. I don't know if it's round 2 or not. We'll get there. But there's this moment and another moment that I feel like we're so Royal Family, but so vamped to be on an IDL score sheet, which I, in return, think was praised. Okay. This looks like it's getting a little off center, so hang on. Nice. Okay, so moving off center. Let's go. Spacing here looks great. Opposites look good so far. Nice musicality, nice layering. Nice way to fix center. So a lot of moments in that intro, this is like honestly my first time even noticing this. A lot of moments in that intro, it did feel like they were kind of drifting away from being on center, which was interesting. I don't feel like I'm used to really seeing that from Royal Family. So it seemed like they're struggling to stay in that center formation. Nice moments here. And spacing, they're spacing. Like this is the moments that I'm confused at, like how they got an 8.5 in spacing when their spacing looks pretty even. Like if you use the line indicators, it's pretty fair. Let's go. Nice moment. Nice moment. I like how it was a quick soloist. It wasn't anything to really take away from the routine. Still giving us complimentary choreography as well too, which I enjoy seeing. Nice moment. Now that transition was very thought out, and that is something that a lot of their transitions are very thought out, even the way that they're moving off stage, and if they're still even dancing or giving some kind of groove or something to bring dimension to the routine as you're leaving, right? And that's something that I feel like, I mean, Royal Family A down. What can I say? They down. They down. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, hang on. Rock, you're early to TikTok. Honestly, if anyone watching this, you're actually quite early. I've only watched GRV so far. I have not made it past Royal. We're like mid Royal Family. These moments, even the walking in, right? Let's go. Nice moments. Nice groove, still adding some kind of athletic layering to the routine, which I appreciate. I love the crawling under the knees. I just love that. Come on now. Like everything about this routine from Royal Family feels very thought out, right? I'm gonna let it play as I write down these notes. Okay, that's another moment, right? The leaning on, giving us the drops all the way down, like adding that athleticism to the routine. So I would imagine that is definitely leaning into their stylistic. It's like hard to say because it's like, how stylistic is that, right? But moments requiring significant strength, power, control, and technical skill. Like you can't tell me this right here is not providing any kind of technical skill from the routine, right? Like leaning on, using that core strength, using that arm strength, creating those visual pictures. It's really fun to see. Nice moments. Nice moments. Yeah. Now this I feel like was very iconic because Royal Family has, you know, deep, like, come on now. Know the lore, right? Know the lore. So seeing Royal Family bring this back as they're competing against GRV was obviously very fun to see. You know what I mean? Obviously very fun to see. However, it would have been nice, this transition. This is the one transition as they're getting into that where we're starting to intro in some soloist. And it's these moments that I just know the judges are not loving to see, like giving us some kind of mass of dancers to complement the choreography, complement the music moving through would have just been better, in my opinion. In my opinion. Be quiet, leave me alone. Let's go. Nice. Now this, okay. I'm gonna compare it to GRV. I hate to do this, even though they are competing against each other. Right? I'm gonna go like we were talking about the party transition, right? Party to your formation. Whoa, get it, yeah. And it just didn't feel like it complemented or matched the choreography, right? But then you have this moment here where Royal Family's like freaking out, going with the laughs, moving to their next formation, which I love. It adds to the choreography, it adds to the moment, it makes sense with the music. It's gonna score well. Creativity wise, I would think might score well. They're also selling it, right? So I'm buying it. Cleans here a little, like hands open, hands fist, you know, which way are the wrists facing, all those things. Let's go. Nice moment. Love the layering here. I also appreciate how it got a little messy there for a second. It adds to the vibes. It adds to the creativity and the authenticity of, you know, the idea of the song, which I could appreciate. Obviously not for a full routine. Let's go. Nice moments. Nice. That was a nice, well-executed kip up. Love that transition. Again with the messiness. Love that moment. Love how they elevated it, right? So they went into the moment, you know. I don't want to do it, but you know what I mean? They went into that moment that GRV used, but they amplified it even more. And that's where I feel like these burns or homages can tie in even further in the score sheet and just ways to make a better impression to the audience. You know, adding to that projection and communication. Let's go. Love the pockets musicality. Love that roll off. Very, very well done. Very well done from Royal Family. How you can't say otherwise, right? There's something about Royal Family getting into this era of championships of IDL, which is very exciting to see because they are really like just stepping into their own as Royal Family and owning the score sheet. And that's something that I have been waiting for. Not people trying to co-host with me on TikTok. No, we're not doing that. Okay, so personally, I think Royal Family should have scored higher than a 3.75 lead than GRV. There's something a little worrisome about that lead so far because I would have predicted like maybe a 5.75 lead from GRV. There was just moments that I felt like Royal Family brought to the IDL stage that complemented the choreography that maybe the judges aren't used to seeing, so it's not being credited. I don't know. So when I think about complexity of choreography, that is where I thought Royal Family would have the lowest score. However, complexity of choreography, staging, creativity, it looks like technical execution and spacing were their lowest ranked scores. Now with GRV, I mean not GRV, sorry, with Royal Family spacing, so much better than GRV. One of the best that we've seen, I think, so far, and we've only seen GRV. That was not meant to be shady. So there's just moments that I feel like the spacing should have been credited a little bit more towards Royal Family. Oh my gosh, I'm twisting up my words. There's moments in the routine where they're using those soloists, but it's not to the point where it's like overwhelming, right? It's not to the point where we can't digest it anymore and it's not complementing the score sheet. It's ways that are complementing the routine overall. And if they're adding something, they're adding projection. If they're adding something, it's adding projection, right? And that's something that I feel like soloists can only help for. Is it going to limit your creativity? Sure. But if there's a time where, you know, we're not adding enough creativity, this is going to score high. Let's score high on something. Duh. Musicality is another one I thought would be one of their highest scores. Yeah, if you think about if you think about just the major captions overall, executing projection communication, exiting stamina, because those should be two of the highest scores that you get anyways. Yeah, musicality was definitely one of their highest, as well as cleanliness. One I don't want to get into cleanliness with them. Now, spacing, like I said, it just should have been scored higher. Like, I was expecting like a 9. I would have even went as far as saying like a 9.5, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so Royal Family had a great run. They're absolutely dominating the score sheet right now. They're absolutely understanding IDL, and I think that's what some of these teams have to go through. Sometimes you have to go through failing a few times on your own to, you know, get where you need to be in the series. All right, that was a fun one from Royal Family. We are now going to get into. I see so many of you guys are hopping in on TikTok. Thank you guys, and thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. We are live on Instagram. We'll get through this together, I promise. We're live on We are live on TikTok, you guys. Again, we are live on YouTube. We are going through analysis of IDL Seoul. If you're watching on TikTok, hi, I'm just hanging out here for a little bit as I'm going live to promote the real live going on. The real live going on is over on YT, YouTube. Yep. We are watching all the way through, no counts given, round 1 of Seoul. Going through each routine, watching the score sheets, having conversations, all the fun stuff. Since we're here, and since I have it on my full screen and you guys can actually see my screen, I need to check on my actual YouTube stream. Make sure everything's going good over there. How are you guys going over there? How's everyone going on? Yeah, everyone's doing great. That's great. Love to hear that. Our next live, I just want to remind everyone again, is Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be going through round 2. We're going to be talking about ESPN. We're going to be talking about some developments going on in the IDL. On the podcast on Thursday as well too. I'm going to have a fun guest, but I'm not going to leak anything yet because I need to get that all figured out as well too. So, all right, we're gonna get into now. We just finished Royal Family. We're about to watch Brotherhood. So if you're over on TikTok and you want to see us watch some Brotherhood, we're about to watch Brotherhood round 1. Yeah, here we go. Let's switch over. Brotherhood. Let's get it. Obviously, everyone's favorite, absolutely dominating the fan votes. Like Brotherhood and the fan votes right now. Like, my gosh, girl, me too. Girl, me too. Yeah, but round 1 just now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys my raw thoughts for a second. As I was watching IDL Seoul, I'm watching it, and I just didn't think round 1 was Brotherhood's, best run. It wasn't their best routine, and the scores show that, right? It wasn't their best routine of the series. I was like, dang, Quickstyle could come in and actually win something. Like Quickstyle could actually come in and beat Brotherhood. And what a gag that would be. What a gag that would be. The spectator in me, who is a Royal Family fan, who is a Brotherhood fan, who is a GRV fan, was like, no, please don't, please don't, please don't. The commentator in me was like, oh, please beat them. I'm here for the drama. I just know the world would go crazy. It's like, yeah, it would just been crazy. Anyways, let's watch Brotherhood. Here we go. Also, this is so random. First off, I wasn't holding my mic. First off, I went to Wisconsin this past weekend, and I taught a choreography masterclass, and they gave me University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire. Isn't this so cute? I love this thing. But that's not what I was going to say. What I wanted to say is, if you're a Dr. Pepper fan like me, I love Dr. Pepper. I could drink Dr. Pepper all day. Water, don't know her. Dr. Pepper, know her. The Celsius, not sponsored. Celsius Cherry Cola tastes just like a Dr. Pepper. Make it make sense. Anyways, let's continue. Brotherhood. Someone offline here? Anyways. You guys want to hear a funny story, actually, for a second? I'm just going to tell it really quick because I don't think I've ever said the story. I went into IDL. It's a Brotherhood story, by the way. I'm telling you a Brotherhood story. I went into IDL launch event last year, and I was so lucky. IDL gave me VIP tickets and a media pass to go and watch and cover the event for no counts given. And I went, and I was in the VIP area, which is up near... It was at the Shrine in Los Angeles. It was up near the area where all the teams are changing and getting ready, right? So I was up there, and I was on the side watching it from a down angle. If you saw my videos, you saw the angle I was at. And number 15 here, Eldon, I was having a conversation with him for like 5 minutes about dance, and didn't even realize who he was. And then I watched Brotherhood, and I was like, who is this guy with the red hair? And then I start seeing all the TikToks and everything go crazy, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. And another one too, I don't think he's on the stage right here. But there was another one, I can't remember the name that I was making. What? Oh, sorry. That I met and I was chatting with, and I didn't even know any of these people because they didn't wear the jerseys for the launch event. They were wearing their just normal costumes that they were performing in. So yeah, blew my mind. Here we go, Brotherhood. So already the round off back tucks crossing each other, the B twist going through being the surprise element coming, it's just a little too cliche for me. It's a little too tumbling past for me. And I just wish there was some kind of surprise element, right? Anytime a team utilizes some kind of trick, I like to think about it as being a unexpected moment, right? Like it's something that I didn't see set up and there's very little recovery time. And to me, that is a well executed trick as long as you have the technique and all the other things as well too. Was it number 17? I couldn't even tell you because they didn't have their numbers on when I met whoever it was. And I also didn't follow. Like I thought I was having conversations with spectators. I was like, "Oh, who are you excited to watch?" Yeah, anyways. So this was a moment where I just felt like it was too set up. It was too predictable. As soon as they did the little hurdle into that, I was like, yeah, I already know where this is going. The fix, though, from center out of the B twist was well done, went straight back into center and recovered it very well. So while we could appreciate the trick, it wasn't executed quite to the point where we would want it to be executed at. In any dance comp, do judges like a wide angle? Sorry. I'm blind. In any dance comp, do judges have like a wide angle cam to spectate and judge on? No. The wide angle cam, like if you're watching this from typically like when you're thinking about a dance competition like this, any judge is probably having this same watch angle that we're seeing from the wide cam, right? Or is it just a perspective from where they are? No. There's a judging panel. I've been waiting for your videos. Thank you. We're live on YouTube right now. No counts given. We're live on YouTube. So go to No Counts Given if you want to watch me watch IDL Seoul. Here we go. Continue with Brotherhood. Sorry, you guys. Here we go. Nice moments. I will say the round up back tucks executed very well, right? Like the clear setups. Watch this. Bam. Like you see, they're not throwing their heads back. They're setting up for the tuck. Well done. Well done. Nice fix. Moments like the jumping that where I feel like maybe we're supposed to be in columns and slide out that we're kind of missing a little bit. So clarifying like those formation patterns and where dancers supposed to land, where dancers supposed to go is very key. One thing I want to say, because I know if I don't say this, there are going to be people in my comments attacking me and coming for me, and you know how it goes. I am well aware, and I heard about this. I'm well aware that this routine from Brotherhood was put together in 5 days because of the licensing that was going on. And poor Brotherhood, I feel like they keep getting these licensing issues happening. With that being said, from a spectator standpoint, I could sit there and still watch this routine and be like, yeah, that was incredible. With the 5 days, like that still looked great, XYZ. From a commentator and a judging perspective, I can't get in my head that way. I can't think formations were a little off, but they put this together in 5 days. No, that's just not how it works, right? So I'm going to commentate on this routine from Brotherhood as if I did not know they put this together in 5 days. The sisterhood moments. Listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, okay? And I do think we're going to see another sisterhood moment in Los Angeles because, listen, they saw what it can do, okay? They saw what they can do. You low-key look like Aloe. Who that? Who's Aloe? Is he cute? Thanks. Aloe's someone from Brotherhood, right? I don't know. You guys, like I said, I'm not there with the names. I'm not there with the names. Aloe. Okay. The dude with the. Okay. I need to look this up really quick. Because you guys are. Okay. If you're saying so. Sorry, chat. Sorry, everyone watching on YouTube. I gotta look this up really quick. And I don't want to show my screen because I ain't doing that. The dude with the insane facial expressions. Okay. Aloe. Here he is. And of course he has like no pictures of himself. Oh, nope, that's a video. Can I see? All because we got a goatee don't mean we look alike. Don't do that to me. All because we got a goatee does not mean we look alike. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. That's crazy. Okay. He's not a bad looking guy. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, he's a sitter for Sisterhood. Okay. Sisterhood, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. I'll take it. All because we got a goatee. You guys are trying to say we look like. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, we need to get back into Brotherhood. Oh, wait. I should have got his number so I could watch him. Anyways. Let's get back into it. You guys are doing me dirty like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not dirty. I need to take that back. Okay. Let me say. I'll take it as a compliment because he's not a bad looking guy, right? Don't do that to me. Not you guys laughing at me. That's crazy. Okay. Let's get back into Brotherhood. Let's get back into Sisterhood. Let's go back a little bit. Lighting, like the columns. Some made sense. Some we got a little lost in the sauce. Hey, let's go. I love this switch up. I love the tempo switch. I love the vibe switch, especially with this song because this song is so dun, dun, dun. Like it's so monotone in a way that you have to edit it for it to just enhance any kind of performance at all. So I thought this switch up was really nice. I feel like this staging right here, stage left, made no sense, right? Like I wish the visual and the routine and the mapping just made a little bit more sense to maybe complement the choreography on the side. However, just like GRV with using the windows to like go up in front and give slight kind of dimension to the stage just to complement the group going on. One thing I could appreciate and we're about to see from Brotherhood is that they're not taking full phrases just to kneel. Like they're still giving us content, and that's something that I appreciate. All right, Dayton from front. Dayton eats down. And I watched that interview that he did, and just that how he's so well spoken, and that's just incredible. Like, young man, well spoken on this platform, like he's gonna be a star. He already is a star. I don't know what I'm saying. I know you tapped a bit of the Street Fighter woman from, and I'm wondering if you do it for the new one. I actually have never done the Street Fighter, so yeah. I've had people reach out to me and like tell me I should do Street Fighter, but it's just not something that I know and I understand, and I need to sit there and I need to learn about it before I commit to doing content and spending time doing it. So if anyone knows anything about Street Fighter, want to give me some pointers or tell me what it is, I'm would love to learn. And I'm well aware if you're watching on YouTube, I'm doing a horrible job. So I'm gonna exit out of TikTok, not exit out, but I'm gonna stop looking at my TikTok screen, and we're gonna focus on YouTube analysis. Let's go. Nice moment. Now, just like using the choreography, like the nerd with the two hip shakes, I don't think it made complete sense with what was going on with the choreography or in the musicality for there. So it's like some like throwaway moments where maybe could have been utilized better, but just weren't taken advantage of. Let's go. Love that roll off going to center. Nice. Love this moment. Let's go. Let's go. Right? Like even these walk-off moments, one thing I appreciate is that they're still doing some kind of content leaving the stage, right? Like they're not just doing a 1E and a 2, run, get off the stage. No, they're actually giving us some kind of content leaving the stage. It's also well choreographed where they're exiting and like they're fully exiting the stages at the same time, right? So it's not like stage left's leaving, stage right's leaving, like it's unison choreography, they're leaving together. And I feel like it's those things that map out a routine, which are very strategic. Hey, Sunny. Let's go. Love that moment, love that visual moment. This is a great moment. Switching up the styles. Now, one thing that Brotherhood just eats down at every single time is going to be the variety of styles that they put into the routine. Now, where this could start hindering them, what's up, G3? Where this could start hindering them is that as they're switching up these styles, they need to make sure that they're executing each style to the standards that each judge is looking for, right? Because then if you're throwing in all of these styles that you're not a master of, you're giving yourself some risk to potentially score low on a caption like technical execution and authenticity, right? Even like stylistic athleticism, like being able to execute each, I mean, that alone, if you think about it, stylistic athleticism and technical execution authenticity could potentially score bleed. So it's something, you know. But anyways, what I was gonna say, GRV does it well every single time, and that's something to consider. The contrast of sassy choreography at the aggressive, it's sisterhood, like it's sisterhood, okay? It's sisterhood. All right, here we go. Let's go. Love that moment. Love this moment here too. I love the way that, let's go. Nice. 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 I feel like we've seen better whacking voguing technique from Brotherhood as a whole. What I was gonna say though is that, what was I gonna say? I lost it. One question: in hip hop, are fools allowed if they are what age? You're gonna have to, I don't know. For what circuit? I don't know. They ate that down. You can't even deny they ate that down. That was a nice moment. That was a nice visual moment, that transition. I will say I appreciate the soloist here matching the group, getting into a new group, adding on to the visual. While I think it could have been maybe mapped out cleaner, they did a great job of that staging there. Like, I would have liked to see him, as soon as this group adds here, I would have liked to seen him maybe continue with this group and then get to his formation and add on, but it got a little messy here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Nice moment there. Nice. Nice. Same thing with the complementary choreography on the outsides, right? Like, can these dancers on the outside complementing this choreography, can they win just by doing that? No. Is what they're doing enhancing and adding to what's going on in the center a little bit? Could they have done more? Yes. So this is an area where I feel like the creativity could have enhanced a little bit more to complement and add dimension to the group here. Like, I love that, just the nodding, which makes sense. Like, when they did the boy band and they like did the hi-hats, like it's moments like that makes sense. But in this piece of the music, it was throwaway. Let's go. That was a fun moment. That was a cute moment. I don't love that Scott just ran across the stage like that. Makes sense with the music. Added projection, added communication. I can't be mad at it, right? I can't be mad at it. Is it complex? No. No. Is it a fun moment for these two? Sure, right? Let's go. Nice moments. Nice intricacy there. Nice musicality there. Yeah, I think where Brotherhood could have enhanced the routine even more would it be like the complementary choreography. So the choreography surrounding the main environment that's going on. That's just one area where I'm like, could have been a little bit more solid. Especially because they all tend to do the same thing. They're just standing there, right? They're not like giving us any kind of dimension or creativity. Nice. I like that walk off. I don't know what it is about this walk off right here. Name's not coming to my mind. I'm embarrassed. Something about that attitude, just walking off. Attitude. Now walk off. I loved it. It just ate down. Look at it. Hey, let's go. I'm just gonna start walking to everything, doing that. Every single beat. Every single beat. Nice. The intricacy here is nice. The ripple moments could have been clarified a little bit more. Especially like body angles, like what's the intention? Are we leaning back into it? Are we squared off? Are we center? Is our toe pointed off the stage to help with that elevation, pushing back, or weight exchange? So clarification in this area would have been nice. Nice. I love that in and out ripple. Now, I will say they already used this opposition, group down, group up, in the smaller group when they were out here. I think it was the whacking section that they did. So using a variety of visual moments. I love the out. I love the in. I don't think the opposition added to the choreography or gave a variety to it. Added, but it didn't give variety. Every day I'm shuffling. Yeah. Great routine. Do not get me wrong. Okay. You guys know I'm a Brotherhood fan. Don't make me go get the jersey. Was it their best run? No. Okay. It was not their best run. And that's fine, right? Let's go into the scores for Brotherhood really quick. And then if you're watching, like, I am terribly sorry. I may possibly need to take like a 2-minute break. Yeah, I'm now been live for over an hour and I was not anticipating that. And I gotta pee. Okay? Well, how else do you say it? Like, how else do you say I gotta go to the restroom. Okay? Hello. Like, cherry cola, gone. I need okay. Oh wait, I mean they had issues, so I guess they focused more lately on their first set due to licensing. I mean they had issues, so I guess they focused more lately on their first set due to license. Again, and I said this, so if you're just joining me, Gio, I will reiterate myself. On the spectator side of watching Brotherhood round 1, and knowing that they only had 5 days in preparation for round 1, I love what they put out. I think it was great. I think it had great content. I think it was still authentic, right? From a judging point of view, from a commentary point of view, maybe I should say commentary point of view, even though I would still hold on to judging point of view because no judge should be impacted on the thought that they only had 5 days to prep this routine. I'm not looking at this routine and watching and going, they had 5 days to prep, let me commentate it on that way, right? I'm commentating as if they had just the amount of time as every other team to put that routine on the stage. And while you may say that is unfair, we in the pros. We are in the pros, okay? Yeah. No, I agree. Like, it wasn't their clean. Like, I really thought Quickstyle was going to come in and potentially win. I'm not going to lie. I really did think that Quickstyle could potentially win. Let's look at Brotherhood scores, right? So we see a lot of 8s. The only 9s that they got in their scores round 1 is coming from projection, communication, stamina. and that is it, right? Now, again, you hear me talk about this time and time again. Projection, communication, and stamina are your easy 9s. And if you are not getting 9+ in those 2 captions, we got some serious talking to do. Okay, we got some serious talking to do. Those are your easy 9s. Just like overall impression on a score sheet, right? That should be your easiest 9. Like that should potentially be your highest score. If you look at all of the bulk of the scores, right? Captions 1 through 8, or yeah, 1 through 8, they didn't get any 9s. Their highest one that they ended up getting was cleanliness, which I completely agree with, right? It does not matter how difficult your choreography is. It does not matter how easy your choreography is. If we're watching it and it's a clean routine, you're going to score high, period, right? Lowest scores, creativity. The creativity in the routine, while I think was better than most, if you think of staging, you think of formation patterning, you think of I guess like the intricacy of which they're putting combinations together. Like to me, that was creative, right? But then when you watch the overall arching picture as a whole, the whole routine, you think, what was the creative direction? Where did this trine go? Right? So that's what I would say there. Now let's see, what else can we look at? I don't know. They got beat in technical execution. They got beat in creativity, but not by a lot, only by 0.17. Which so they were still able to hold their own. But like I do feel like this was a match that Quick Style could have taken. I'm not gonna lie. Quick Style Quick Style, Jam, and GRV were the 3 lowest scoring sets. Do you think the quality of sets for all teams will be lower for September due to less time? I don't think so. Um, no, I don't think so. I think we're seeing a few things, right? And now, mind you, let's really think about it for a second, okay? We saw this in Brotherhood, and we saw this in Jam. No, not Jam, sorry. We saw this in Brotherhood and we saw this in GRV, right? I think we're starting to see some kind of seasonal fatigue from them. Sorry, I meant more sets and less time. Oh, I hear what you're saying. We'll get there. I think we're seeing seasonal fatigue from some teams. I think we're starting to see them get tired from the season, and that's not, listen, I get it. Like, especially when you're traveling like if I'm in California right now and I have to think of in the next couple months I have to go travel and compete in Seoul, Australia, New York, which are very long travels away, and same for like all teams. Um, there's gonna be some point of seasonal fatigue, right? There's gonna be things that are happening in the season that you weren't predicting, and all of the other fun stuff. So I don't necessarily think that. I think coming September for championships and Los Angeles, I think we're going to see teams be on their A game. And I think we're also, I would imagine in my head, I would imagine that teams already have an idea of what they want to do in Los Angeles. And those LA sets are probably being worked on or well choreographed, depending on how fast you want to get it out there. Because in reality, like you want to do well in LA, right? So having those sets already planned, probably like your best sets that you've had already planned, should be, I would imagine that would be the case for some. I guess we will know how some teams will strategize with 4 sets in 1 month with licensing issues going on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's scary, don't get me wrong. However, again, I would imagine that for LA just in general, stop and championships, that that they've already had these cleared, they already have them ready, because this is a big event for IDL. So I would imagine that they're going to be on their P's and Q's. I would imagine that for some of these stops like Seoul, where else did we see licensing issues? New York, I feel like we saw visa issues as well too. I feel like a lot of those might be a little bit smoothed out before we get to LA. Fingers crossed, because I would love for each of these teams to have a fair shot in LA. We're going to take a 2-minute break so I could. Yeah, we talked about. Don't make me say it again. That's rude. Don't make me say it again. We're Vancouver, yeah. We're going to take a quick break. If you're watching on TikTok, we are streaming on the YT. No counts given. We are watching back each routine. We're going through the scores. We are doing live analysis. We are halfway done. We just finished Brotherhood. We're about to get into Quick Style, 1 million, and then Jam Republic. And then if we want to hang out and have conversation at the end and talk about things, I am more than happy to. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see the No Counts Given logo page come up for a minute. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm literally just going to step away from the camera. So I will be back in 2 minutes. If you're going to stay and just wait for me, I appreciate you. Thank you. You don't have to. You could always come back and watch another time. But I will be back. Thank you guys. See you later. 2 minutes, not 5, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, TikTok live. Someone stay in and tell them. Tell them. Kyle's coming back. Just wait. He's coming back. Just give me a second. Give me a second. It's just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. All right, we are back. All right. I see I gotta fix chat again. Give me a second. You guys, if you're just joining, like I said, this is my first time. This is my first time going live on No Counts Given, so thank you guys for being patient with me. I'm gonna have to fix the chat all the way around. Let's get into some of the YouTube comments really quick before we go. Wait, are you streaming on Twitch as well? I am not. I don't know Twitch, you guys. I'm scared of Twitch. I don't know Twitch. I'm only on YouTube, okay? And TikTok, okay? Now, reason why I'm on TikTok right now is because I need to get my hour of being live on TikTok so that way I can get that stream key. TikTok, send me that stream key. So that way I can stream what I'm streaming on YouTube on TikTok. And you guys on TikTok can see what I'm streaming on the YT, okay? So I'm not. Everything will always be on YouTube for now. So make sure you are subscribed and turn on your post notifications. My next live for... We're not done yet. I'm just giving a rundown. My next live is going to be Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be going through round 2, and I'm going to be talking about the ESPN developments going on in with IDL. I'm also gagged. What 3 teams use the same song? I know. I wonder how big the team catalog is, because the music licensing issue keeps coming up. The catalog, actually, everyone has access to go look at the catalog that these teams are available to. I'm pretty sure it's click and clear, which is very common for dance competitions that use some kind of licensing, right? So we see that a lot with like UDA, varsity events, USASF events. We don't see it with like DTU, Dance Team Union, where you don't have any music limitations at all. All right, you guys, we ready? We're getting into quick style. Let's get into quick style now. Now I want to correct myself. Oh no. Sorry guys, I'm on front row. I have to switch over to my solo really quick so we could pull up the wide view. But one thing I can say as I'm pulling up this wide view from Quickstyle is that I need to correct myself. I said I was disappointed in Quickstyle after this performance, and I have to take that back. I am not disappointed in Quickstyle after this performance. I actually don't know why that came out of my mouth. I think this is Quickstyle's one of excuse me, that cherry cola is getting to me, you guys. This is I think one of Quickstyle's best routines that we have seen yet on IDL. And one thing about Quickstyle is that they truly do stay authentic to who they are as a team and who they've always been as Quickstyle. And that's something I'm just starting to learn as time goes on, because I'm not too familiar with Quickstyle. However, yeah, I said I was disappointed. I'm not disappointed. I think they're doing great. I think I was more disappointed that what they were rewarded wasn't shown in the score sheets. Oh, we have another. My gosh, chat, we gotta fix. Analyzing. Oh, that's my comment. Sorry, let's fix this really quick because I want to see all the accurate chats. And that's not it. That's just not it, yo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So already opening up, it's a risky choice going for a solo moment, right? It's a very risky choice going for that solo moment for Quickstyle. Let's go. Let's go. Nice moments. So something to watch with Quickstyle. Now with Quickstyle, I do feel like, let me write down some notes really quick. Their cleanliness is probably going to be one of their lowest scores, and it's coming in areas where they're just not developing and releasing in the same angles, so it's just not reading off as clean as it possibly could be. Going here, like with the arm angles, the grooves when they're pulling their arms up into like a dagger position, like little things where I feel like they're just not fully utilizing their cleanliness. I agree. Sorry, I had to read that comment. I'm blind. I had to like right into my screen. I agree. Quickstyle is starting to, it's funny. I talk about teams and I'm like, I think like Jam Republic and maybe it's just Jam Republic. I feel like Jam Republic is having trouble finding themselves in the score sheet. I think I maybe had said Quickstyle is too. I think Quickstyle just needs to consider the captions and the just overall composition of the routine a little bit more as they're building, because the content that they have is great, but then when you put it on a score sheet like IDL, there's many moments that I feel like they could enhance, right? Giving us more layering, giving us more dimensions on the stage, giving us a bit more cleanliness, releasing some of these solo moments and not being very reliant on some of these solo moments. So yeah, you get it. Thoughts on the theory that Brotherhood's K-pop Demon Hunter set was supposed to be their round 1 set? It could be. It could be. I don't know. That's the point of the game though, right? Like I was literally saying that on my commentary video. I was like, yeah, I would want to go if I'm flipping the coin and I'm on Brotherhood and we get to pick first or second. I want to go second because I need to know, like, is my round 2 set going to help me win, right? Like, what's the strategy behind this? Open up the playbook and what's the strategy behind using round 1 versus round 2? Or maybe you have 3 sets in your pocket and we're bringing 3 because we don't know. Maybe we have a throwaway set, right? Like maybe they weren't even planning, maybe Brotherhood wasn't even planning on using that round 1 set and they just had a throwaway set and they watched this Quickstyle routine and said we could use that throwaway set and still win, and now we don't have to worry about using it anymore. So you never know. Nice. Okay, so one thing about quick style from the beginning of IDL as we were watching through is that I was really struggling with a lot of their intros and exits, right? So I appreciate like this intro that they did, felt like it had a little bit more intention and a little bit more purpose. I just want to see even more of that from quick style, right? Hang on, let me open up my chat because I want to make sure that I can still see what everyone is saying as well. Yeah, okay. I also heard that Brotherhood and Quick Style had music with licensing. Quick had 1 week, Brotherhood had 5 days. That could be the case. Now, I don't feel the need to repeat myself. The commentary side of me does not care. And I'm saying that very blatantly, and I explained it probably in better ways before, but commentary side of me doesn't care. The judges cannot care. That cannot have any kind of impact on the score or like a consideration of. OMG, yes, that makes sense. Let's go. So like number 24 here, as we're watching quick style, right, is utilized in these first 30 seconds as a soloist throughout the routine, right? And it's these areas where I'm watching like okay, so I'm now noticing it was just that groove for like what it is. But like using it in a way that would add dimension to the routine would just be very nice. It's okay that you join late. That's fine. You good? You good? You good? We're just talking. We're having fun, you know? It's okay. Oopsie. What was I saying? Anyway, so I would just like to see some of these. Oh, okay, dimension. Oh my gosh, it's getting hot in my room. I'm sorry, you guys. All these lights on me. Stop. I'm shy. They just need to be utilized a little bit more, right? So like as this group is going up and they're hitting that, hey, what it is, what's up, right? I would have liked to seen the complementary choreography just maybe a little bit lower to highlight that a little bit more. And then when we're not doing that, it doesn't look clean. So then we're losing cleanliness, we're losing creativity, we're losing a whole bulk of points that we could be getting, right? Quick style, bring me in your practice. Let's do it. Let's run it one time. I would have given you those 3 points to beat Brotherhood. And that's coming from a Brotherhood fan. Nice. There was so much going on between these groups. At what point is it just biting? What? Oh, do you think this is... Oh, okay. Should we talk about the disses now? I guess so. Let's just talk about disses now. Do you think that disses, in a sense of doing their team's choreo, add to creativity? No, I don't think so. At what point is it just biting? Yes, I would agree. Okay, so here's what I would say. I think there's ways that, and I'm going to use an example right now. I think there are ways that a team can use. I recently heard, I was watching Brotherhood's winners playback or something, and I like how, oh my gosh, the fact that I'm not knowing names right now is killing me. I really like how they put it. They said, to them, it's not a diss, it's an homage, right? And I appreciate that. I appreciate the homage take of it. Now, are there ways that you can take this homage and enhance it? So then the viewers watching it understand where that diss or homage came from. And then is there also a way where it could add into the choreography to enhance some kind of caption? And I immediately think of Royal Family. They did the Demons homage to GRV, which in a sense is not necessarily an homage to GRV. However, the way they did it with like the tosses going through the columns or through the rows, landing into it where it kind of hyped up the creativity, it added that projection. And I guess just those two, projection and creativity, I think was very well done. So I think there is a way where teams can enhance it, where it adds into the score sheet. I don't think seeing those disses is going to be something that will escape from IDL. I think that is something that we're going to continue seeing because one, that's building the narrative, right? But then two, it's fun. It's the competitive nature for these athletes that are competing in this sport. And that I do appreciate. Yeah, cleanliness there. Nice moment there. Even like with the arms pointing up in those high Vs. Let's get to it really quick. So like clarifying the angles, right? Like how wide are we? How up are we? Where are we pointing? Just clarifying those angles would have been nice. Yeah. And then some of these transitions that Quickstyle is giving us feel very throwaway, right? So I'm going to say right now, I think their cleanliness is going to be the lowest score. I also think their staging is actually probably one of the lowest that I've seen so far. And it's just because of moments. Oh, I will talk about that in a second because I see that comment, Jar Jarv. We'll talk about that in a second. There's moments like in the routine where they're just like running to different formations. I don't think that is necessary sometimes. How important is the fan vote? The fan vote's very important. We've seen in the series it come down to 3-3 and then it's leaning on the fan vote. So it is very important, I think, the fan vote. I also like that it adds into the community aspect. So I think it's fun for the community to vote and be involved in and the process in some kind of way. I do think it's something that we'll eventually see fade out though. You don't see us voting in NBA or NBA, wait, did I just say that? NFL or NBA or NHL or anything, right? We don't. You call me just call me Jar Jar. All right, Jar Jar. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, I think it's something we'll see fade out eventually as it starts developing more of the sport. I think it's a great way to just build the community. I think also when it starts, sports betting is coming with IDL. Okay, I just have a feeling we're going to start seeing sports betting. And as we start seeing sports betting, I think that fan vote's going to fade. I don't know. Okay, I am planning on doing that, Jar Jar. I'm not going to say your comment out loud. I don't want everyone to get the tea. You have to be on YouTube to get the tea. Yeah, I do think that I am going to do that. But I have video ideas that are going to be starting next week, actually, where we're going to be doing some of that. I think that if Quickstyle kept the vibe that they had from New York, they could have been a team that is known for improving crazily like 1 million. Yeah, you have a point there. You have a point. Okay, so like that transition. What was the picture that we were trying to create? Like, what is the flow? That's an area where I struggle with seeing Quickstyle. I would love to see Quickstyle focus on transitions and creating more layering in their routine that is complementary to one another. I have not watched U Peeps. I can't wait to watch U Peeps. I also can't wait to watch V Peeps. I'm also very confused because I swear V Peeps and U Peeps were at Hip Hop International. How were they also at Seoul? Were these two separate? I don't know. Two separate. I don't know. Nice moment here. Good spacing. Very off on this side, but spacing for my center group right here. Oh, maybe it is off. I don't know. Oh no. What happened? We have detected. What do you mean you've detected inactive? That's crazy. Trying to say you detected inactive activity on. What you trying to do, TikTok, huh? I'll meet you in the back. We can solve it. Nice. I love a good diagonal line, but here's the deal. It's got to be on point. Feet, like they're like together, slowly start separating. So there's ways to indicate if a team is clean in those diagonals. Like, are we stepping in the window of each foot? Are we stepping behind each foot? Are we splitting a panel or splitting a full line? Like, we got to get into the cleans, pros. you got to be a pro at the level of IDL, not just a great mover, right? Like, we want to see you be a pro at the level at IDL in the sport sense. I like that moment. This is a moment. This is a moment. Hey, okay. They tried, okay? I'm going to give them that. They tried. It just wasn't clear enough. And then again, with like the traveling across the, like, what's the connection, right? What's the creativity? What's the storyline? You peeps, Bobby peeps are from Philippines that are from are from the Philippines, teams that competed at Seoul, so not necessarily have to be local. What? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. Can I just say though, if there's any team right now, that I think could be one of the next pro teams for IDL, I think V peeps are well deserving, I have to say. And I think that they would bring, I think they'd be up there with Brotherhood. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I think they'd be up there with Brotherhood. Okay, wait, I'm confused on that comment. Let me see. Oh, okay, I get it. Not necessary. Okay. Yeah. So that homage moment, I think, just got a little lost in the sauce, and it just wasn't on the creative side that I feel like we would have liked to seen something performed happen. Hey, let's go. I love this moment. Love this moment. I love just like the little crumping feel that this moment gives. And when you're getting into a style like crump, like, it's not meant to be so clean and precise. It's meant to have your own vibe and identity and self-emotion release. So I feel like I would have liked to seen them just get a little bit more grungy with that and make it messy. I feel like then it would have tied a little bit more authentically. But I love, it's the first time I feel like we've seen the style on the IDL stage, so that was nice. How much do you think Quickstyle's signature style is just incompatible with the score sheet? I love them, but I wonder if sticking too strictly to their style is the reason why they're not progressing. That's a great point, and it's, that's like, how do you say it? That's a choice of Quickstyle. Like, if their sole purpose is to, sorry guys, let me fix my screen really quick. If their sole purpose is just to hit the IDL stage and be true to themselves, stay true to themselves, and not really care to step up to the standard that IDL is requesting, then that's fine. Like, that is perfectly fine. They can go and do that. I do think that Quickstyle's signature what a tongue twister. Quickstyle's signature style could be competitive on the IDL stage. I do think so. It's just leaning more into creativity in the sense of not the 5, 6, 7, 8s, but what's happening during the 5, 6, 7, 8s. Like, what are the layering? What are the dimensions? How are we entering the stage? How are we exiting the stage? Give us some girls on the floor while others are standing up. Like, get that crumpiness to be a little bit more like distinct in the style. So I think that they could elevate and still stay true to who they are. It's just a matter of like them committing to the bit, right? Committing to the bit. I saw that their move in the encore set launch. Fun fact, the like Usher static move. I love that they are so different from everyone else though, but I hate to see them score low. Right? But like, whatever. Yeah. I agree with every single one of you. I agree. Choreography, the complementary choreography that's going on right here. It's really hard to make, not make it competitive. It's really hard to score that in a competitive atmosphere. There's just very minimal going on. So while it could add to like dimensions, it's well, that was like a full phrase. That was a full phrase of dancers being on stage and not giving us some kind of complementary competitive choreography. So it just got a little lost there. Yeah, that high five moment was fun but not noticeable. That would be a really cute action shot right there. Right? Like I have to pause it to see it. And then what's dancer doing over here? Right? So it's like those moments. We're breaking out a moment to have this dancer run all the way around when you could have shifted a window and it would have been much cleaner. Hey, let's go. I like that moment. I like how that stayed very authentic to the style and the groove. Another throwaway transition. Another throwaway transition. It's these moments that are hindering quick style. And it's a point of asking yourself, do we meet the standard of IDL and remove these moments that are not complementing a score sheet so we can be competitive? Or is it worth staying true to who we are and letting that go and being okay with being ranked 5th or 6th in the series year after year after year? It doesn't make sense to me in a pro space, in an athletic space. But I guess that's just a challenge that we're going to have to see how Quickstyle rises to the occasion. I would be very interested to sit down with the Quickstyle member and just talk with them and kind of get more perspective of who they are as an identity in their organization. Love this switch up. Love this little... See, like, this is a great moment. The dimension that is added, it's staying true to that, like, cypher style moment. And it's that homage to Brotherhood. However, we've already seen this homage to Brotherhood. Who did Brotherhood compete against? Jam, right? We saw... Or they weren't even competing... Actually, they weren't even competing against Brotherhood, and Jam did 2 phrases that were directly from Brotherhood's set. Yeah, it makes no sense to me. So we've already seen this homage be painted towards Brotherhood. I wish we would have seen something different or amp this so that way it's not an homage, but a clear moment for Quickstyle. Another one with the running transitions. And another thing that I can't stand is when we're transitioning and we're not facing front. Like we're losing face, we're going our own direction. Especially when you're center. Like you did all that and now you're the only dancer. Well, there's a few, but that's not, it's just, I want to keep that attention in center the entire time. Nice. I need more of that. What we just saw, why did we wait the last phrase of our routine to give us this competitive choreo? Let's go. That was cute. I like that ending. So here's the thing with Quickstyle. I feel like we see a stage of artists dancing with each other versus seeing... This is gonna sound so bad. Versus seeing a stage of athletes on the same team cohesively tackling a score sheet with each other. Personal thoughts on having similar groups on stage, smaller groups on stage. I wasn't so sure about Quickstyle starting off with the 7 on stage. Yeah, it's going to be harder to pull in that like immediate draw to the routine if, especially with those 7 that were on stage, only one of them was dancing in the intro, right? So not even utilizing all 7 dancers on stage. Like it's almost asking, should we just start with 1 dancer on stage, right? So finding ways to make that impact where you're going to be able to attack score sheets from the first beat needs to be a strategy Quickstyle starts running with. Like I would really love for Quickstyle to sit watch each section and check off. Okay, this section is complexity. This is staging. Great, we're getting spacing here. Now, where is this hindering us? Oh, maybe our spacing's off. Maybe our cleanliness. Right? Then go to the next phrase. What is helping us? Bam, 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 bam. What is not helping us? Bam, bam, bam. Like, sit down, get in your team huddle, pull out the playbook, and figure out what is the goal and what is the milestones that we need to make it into top 3 at championships, at least, right? 7 on stage versus all 20, but 7 are dancing, 13 are complimentary. Exactly, right? So like you could have had all 20 of those dancers on stage and had 7 of those dancers doing what that one soloist would have done, and it already would have been more impactful. All right, you guys, we're going on to the last round. 1 million. I gotta say, you guys, I am very proud of 1 million. Very proud of 1 million. I am actually thinking about ordering my 1 million jersey today. I'm not going to lie. I'm very proud of 1 million. I think 1 million has made some leaps and bounds in terms of who they are as a team from the launch event until now. And it's... Okay. Do you think you can tell or point out each team's distinct styles? Is it recognizable? Yeah, I think so. I think it's recognizable in the sense of we know what is being attempted. I think sometimes where it gets unrecognizable is how are we interpreting this style in our music and cohesively as a team. So there's times where styles like the voguing and the whacking and the styles that like develop from that ballroom scene are not being used in the way that you should if you're wanting to be scoring high with, authenticity. But I think we can see it's pretty recognizable. I think it's really fun to see each team like dive into different styles. Obviously, I feel like each routine has a very auxiliary feel where phrases start to bleed. Like, for example, I think some teams that do a great job at completing style phrases is going to be Brotherhood, Brotherhood, Royal Family. Quickstyle does a good job. I'm not gonna lie. Quickstyle does a good job of staying true to the style that they're introducing. 1 mil, my babies. But yeah, I think there's some teams that struggle. They really have that auxiliary feel where it's like whack and a whack and a whack and a whack, and then they just get into some arm movements, and they get into a little light feet section, and then they get into like so like they just need a match, right? They just need a match. All right, we're getting into 1 million. If you are just joining us here, we have 2 routines left that we are watching. We are live on No Counts Given YouTube. We are watching IDL Seoul. We're going through, we're analyzing these routines, we're breaking them down, we're live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube. We're doing this again for round 2. Hopefully a much shorter stream than I've been almost streaming for 2 hours now. And we're going to be talking about the ESPN developments. We're going to be talking about conversations. I also have an incredible guest that is going to be coming onto the show Thursday morning. Oh, I said our next stream is Tuesday. I meant our next stream is Thursday. Did I say that? You guys get the point. I said it so many times in the stream already. Listen. Once I finalize all these details, if you are a fan of IDL, you are going to love who my guest is this week on the podcast. So I'm not going to tease any names or anything because I still need to get all the details set in stone. But all right, we're getting into 1 million. You guys, I'm so proud of 1 million. They ate down. They are growing. They get definitely the award for most improved this season. I cannot wait to see them in LA. Yeah, I need to figure out how to get like some kind of shirt that has like each team, or maybe I just get IDL merch. I don't know. Here we go. One of was it this set or round 2? I don't remember. Some of 1 million's best pieces came from this weekend. Love this moment. Oh, I just realized. Sorry. If you're watching on YouTube, we're gonna try that back. Sorry. I just completely realized I'm not. You guys cannot see my screen. Sorry. We're on the back. Good thing I wasn't talking so much. Here we go. 1 mil. Also, we are going to speed through this, speed run it, because I do have to get off live and actually get to my work. So here we go. You guys, this moment right here, the choking moment. The choking moment was it for me. Like, that's gonna be something you remember for a very, very long time. Don't worry, I'm waiting for these community videos to drop, okay? Don't worry, trust me, I see the VPeeps comments. Don't worry. As soon as these videos drop and I'm able to find them, we will be talking about them. Judah, Judah. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let 1 million play all the way through, and then we're gonna talk at the end. Iconic routine from 1 million. Okay. Thank you to, yeah, trust me. I'm not mine. If you're on TikTok right now and you saw that comment, first of all, if it offended you, I'm sorry. It did not offend me. Don't hit me with a good time. No, I'm just kidding. The amount of things I've been called in my life, trust me, I could care less. But thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just realized you're watching the front. Ah, I am. The way I didn't even realize it, because I just love this piece so much from 1 mil. I was just like, let me just love it. But it's fine. It's fine. We're going to dig into a lot more of 1 million on my... That's so funny. We're going to get into 1 million a lot more on my Thursday live stream as we're watching round 2. Because I just have a few things I want to say about 1 million, and then those few things are going to turn into a rant for 15 minutes. You guys know how it goes. Okay, first thing that I appreciate is the tricks into the choreography, right? So like in the beginning, they did the moment where they all did like the backflip assisted. And one thing I appreciate is that although, yes, I feel like I kind of hesitated it coming in, there was this... when they finished it and went straight to the choreography, it kind of made me feel a little bit refreshed, right? That comment is hilarious, by the way. Someone said, imagine at LA they debut one female member of Brotherhood. That'd be funny. He, her, hood. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay. So yeah, that's one thing I appreciate, and that's something that I feel like 1 million has progressed in a lot this series, is that they are starting to understand when to use those trick moments. Because trust me, we've seen 1 million use some trick moments that didn't need to be used. Oh my gosh, what did I write? One thing I appreciate too is that it really stays authentic to sure, I don't know. I think I like how it stayed authentic to the music, right? So it didn't feel like any section was misplaced from the music, and going with this song that really has a lot of highs and lows, right? But if you think about it, like other than like a contemporary, not contemporary, sorry, other than like a jazzy feel, I mean, you could get a little contemporary if you wanted to. Like it's like where else can we go with this song? And I think that they did a great job of utilizing styles that that really complemented the score sheet, right? Let me see. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't realize I was watching it on front row. That's fine. I feel like 1 mil climbing up the standings because they're embracing IDL scoring system, other than teams being too stubborn, though I thought Royal Family and Quick Style took a step in Seoul. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Quick Style, only because I think that when I look at the composition of Quick Styles routines, I don't see much of a difference other than the exiting and entering of the wings. I would just still like to see them dive a little bit more into layering and just, you know, more visual composition that will perform well on an IDL score sheet, right? I think that it is crazy, creepy concepts that 1 mil does are really selling the point and something that they should focus on more in the future. Yeah, I agree. Like this Judas moment, right? Like it's a great moment, great song. The feel is so different. And I think one thing that's going to be very special about this, though, is that I think that 1 million understands, other than maybe a team like Jam Republic, right? I don't think there's another team where you might see Brotherhood come out and do like a Judas, right? I don't think we would see a GRV. I don't think you would see a Royal Family. I don't think right. So it's starting to build this 1 million identity into the score sheet, right? So they're using it as an advantage to really set a not prediction, what is the word I'm looking for, like when I'm thinking about a 1 million set now and I'm thinking about Los Angeles, we're all thinking that, you know, they're gonna probably come out with something a little bit more artistic, a little bit more creepy, a little bit more crazy, a little bit more something, you know, different, drifted than the rest of the competitors, right? But building that momentum and then coming out with something that we weren't expecting is also a really great strategy, which is something I might like to see. All right. All right, let's move on to the last. Oh, wait, let's go to the score really quick. We could just move over. Okay, wait, someone asked. Yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't. Someone asked if 1 million scored higher in round 1 or round 2. They scored higher in round 2, however, a point difference, so point and a half maybe. So nothing too crazy. All right, let's look at the 1 million scores because 1 million did a great job. You know, getting that 9.08 in staging is great. I would love to see a little bit more of those captions, like creativity maybe at a 9. I thought they were pretty clean, so maybe even cleanliness out of 9 and maybe rewarding some teams that are truly clean to set a standard would be nice. So yeah. All right. Great score, 8.25 leading into round 2. So great score. Looks like their highest score from a judge was a 90. Lowest score from a judge was a 96.5. So yeah. All right, are we ready? We're gonna get into Jam Republic. Last routine of our analysis. And then, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna let it play all the way through. We'll talk after.
JRC, beat him up one time.
Let it play, Kyle. Don't talk. I'm going to answer really quick because I will forget. I see a comment asking me, which do I think is Brotherhood's best set? Now, when I think about best set, I'm not thinking about, I'm not thinking about which one scored the highest, which one was my favorite. I'm solely thinking of like which routine was most memorable for me. And the moment I think of Brotherhood, Jealous Type. For sure. Kyle, it's front row again. Thank you. Jar Jar, thank you. Euro one. Let me switch over to solo really quick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys saving me. You guys saving me. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Jealous Type for Brotherhood is immediately one of the most memorable routines for me. Boy band as well too. Very memorable. Yeah, but Jealous Type easily. Like every single time I'm driving in the car, why don't you know it's the like I just automatically like I cannot listen to Jealous Type without thinking of Sisterhood. Like I just can't. Boy, let me I just can't. Okay. Here we go. Jam Republic. Wide view. And I'm happy, Jar Jar, thank you for calling me out because I'm trying to I'm trying to. I really want to see this. Oh my gosh, where is it? I really want to see this routine from a wide view angle because, as many of you guys know, I fired. Oh my gosh, where is it? Why can't I find it? I fired Jam Republic. They're not a client of mine anymore. And again, this is a joke before someone starts coming for me in the comments and thinking that I actually am employed by hang on. You guys, I cannot find the wide view. What is going on? Oh god, I can't even talk. Republic wide view. There it is. I found it. Oh my god. I was like, there's gotta be one. Imagine them not putting one up for Jam Republic and putting one up for everyone else. Yeah. What are your guys' okay, let's ask this really quick. What's everyone's most memorable routine so far from IDL just in general? Like any memorable routines, any favorite routines? How's everyone feeling so far? What's everyone's most memorable routine from IDL? Drop them in the comments, let me know. And I know I have a latency on YouTube, so it's gonna be a minute. No, I didn't say favorite team. Calm down. I didn't say favorite team. She immediately said Brotherhood. Brotherhood. I didn't say favorite team. I said, what was your favorite routine? Routine. Most memorable routine. You type Brotherhood way too fast. You type Brotherhood way too fast. That was crazy. Jealous type, toxic, Jude. I have to prove it really quick. After that comment, now I have to approve certain comments, which is crazy. Thank you, whoever decided to drop the hard R in my TikTok live. LOLs. I meant like Sydney round 2 Brotherhood. No, don't try and back up now. Don't do that. She said, no, wait. That's not what I meant. No, don't do that. I'm just kidding. Jealous type. I'm just playing with you. Jealous type, toxic, Judas. Judas for sure. That's the choking. Oh my god. Okay, let's check these YouTube comments. Let's see. What is everyone saying on? Okay, wait. Yeah, I'm more of a hip hop guy, but Jealous type in NSYNC was very iconic. Yeah. That house section and NYC tribute set. Both Sydney sets from GRV, Jealous type, and Mannequin. Okay, GRV. One time, run it. That. I need more of that from GRV. Like, bring me the West Coast party vibes. Like, I just need more of that from GRV. All right, you guys, let's get into the last one. Love every single set, IDK. I feel that. Let's get into the last one. Jam Republic. See that? It says wide view up here. Okay, last one. And then we're done with live.
JRC, beat him up one time.
I feel like that intro with the music was very fun, right? So here's the thing, okay? Now, immediately, the first caption my brain goes to with that intro, with the costume and the vibe, is like they're getting ready to fight. Like they have the gloves on, like they're getting ready to get into it, right? And the intro, what did he say? It was like JRC, get ready to knuckle up, whatever it was, right? So now I'm expecting that to be carried on throughout the entire routine. I'm expecting that concept to be carried on throughout the entire routine. And I'm expecting the creativity to be driven from that concept.
Time.
What does he say?
JRC, beat him up one time.
Beat him up one time. And then you have the little throw, right? The fist. So I want to feel like I am watching Jam Republic on the streets, knocking it down. Yeah. Someone said unpopular opinion. Jam had 3rd best set in Seoul round 1. Well, I would agree with you. It's not popular. I would disagree. I'm sorry. But you didn't hear that from me. Then why'd you say it? You're caught on camera. You understand that, right? Like, you're literally caught on camera. Like, the chat is in the screen on the live. Yo, what? 3013. We can all see what you're saying. You're silly. I'm not gonna lie, John Ray's jersey parts bring a whole kind of different vibe, in my opinion. Maybe the what? Oh, the jersey part. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I like the trick moment there, right? Like, I like how the tricks were unexpected. The tucks, we didn't see too much of a prep. Like, that was very much appreciated. Right, so a couple things, right? The complexity of choreography in this first section, definitely there. Like, the level of difficulty, they had a lot of upper body matching lower body weight changes, and the complexity was very clean, right? And then the staging got messy. So we're getting into that complex choreography, and then the staging is getting a little messy, and then the bird part, like, it's just, I feel like it could have been used a little bit better. Okay, now here, I saw the transition, right? Like, they were squaring up as they were doing that transition, but I already lost the concept, right? Like, I already lost the concept. I saw that transition, even though it was a little hidden, some people were facing back. I already lost the concept of that. Someone said they have the same music as Brotherhood 2 in this series. I'm not going to lie, with all the licensing issues going on, I would not mind using a song that a team already used because I already know it's going to get cleared and I don't want to deal with that. Hey, let's go. That was a nice moment, but again with these soloists. So many teams are very reliant on soloists, and Jam Republic is one of them, and I need them to stop relying on soloist. Jam Republic, I need you to stop relying on soloist. I need you to rely on the score sheet. You guys, I can't with this. I can't. It scares, excuse me, it scares the actual shit out of me. I don't love it. I don't love it. And it's too long. Like, it's still going on. Like, why are you there still? I agree. This call out brought out the set way too much. Like, the momentum that they had was building so well throughout the routine, and then as soon as they decided to jump into this call out, it brought the energy down so much. I think that Jam was hoping that this would okay. I completely lost my train of thought because of that comment. Hang on. Let me find it. It brought down the routine. It brought down the momentum. It's not there. Okay, now I actively cringe every time that Jonah part comes in. I agree. Now I want to say this comment really quick before y'all start hating. Jonah said that he doesn't mind, though I think it was dragged out for too long. I'm sure he doesn't mind. Like, I wouldn't care either. Like, have fun, put my face on a shirt. I don't care. Do whatever you want, right? It drug on for too long. And then when you think about the concept of, like, they're street fighting, beat 'em up, and then you're using this call out, it's just, I don't know. Do IDL dancers get paid? Yes. What do they get paid? I don't know, but I am dying to know what one of those contracts looks like. I like this moment here. No shade. So 99 needs to get to that line. Yeah. So right now they're not in center, so I'm hoping they move to center. We're still off center right now. So this line right here is center. We're still off center. So coming from a non-dancer, what does it mean for a team? Wait, what does it mean when a team is clean? When you think of a team that's clean, it's a team that looks like they're cohesively working together to look like one another on stage, right? Like I want to watch a team and I want it to look like we are one cohesive unit dancing with each other and pushing for a goal together versus watching a team that just has 20 stylistic artists moving so different from one another. So when I think of clean, that's what I think of clean. If you want to get really into it, the IDL score sheet says cleanliness, which is out of 10 points. All captions are 10 points. Consistent unison. Why does that sound so weird? Consistent unison and timing by the team. Uniformity, team movement within choreography and skill. So just making sure that they're all staying true to their styles. You guys, I see there's comments on my TikTok. There's comments on my TikTok that are getting filtered. Someone wanted to hop on my TikTok comments and drop the hard R at me, and then now my comments are being filtered. So if you're commenting and it's not popping up, I'm sorry. I appreciate it. And thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, let's finish this routine. We're almost done. Great routine. Yeah, let's just exit out of here. Let's go to the scores really quick because I'm gonna look at Jam scores. So I am happy to see that Jam's not scoring anything below 7s, right? So I appreciate that they're not scoring any below 7s. They're actually scoring a lot higher than what they not a lot higher, sorry. They're scoring more at an average, right? Of a score. 85.57. Do I think if they took out that call moment and added a little bit more content to the routine, could they have potentially won? I think it could have got close. I don't think that call out moment was 2.68 points worth of, you know, a score to get them there, but I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, great routine from everyone. I think it's fun watching how each of these teams are stepping up to the IDL score sheet. As you guys may have heard me say, if you missed it after I said it for 5 times, I'm going to be doing another live. We're going to be doing a lot more lives, actually. A lot of lives surrounding IDL, all the way up until championships. I could take this off now, so I'm not listening to anything. All the way up until championships, we're going to be doing more lives. And we're going to be going through some team progressions, more of... More stuff surrounding IDL. I will be at International Dance League, LA, and Championships. I absolutely cannot wait to be there. If you came and you watched during live and you dropped a comment and you participated in conversation, thank you guys. I appreciate it. One thing I want to start doing a little bit more lives now on the No Counts Given channel, so that way we could have a little bit more conversations and engage with each other throughout, when I'm doing analysis and coverage of routines. So stay tuned, hit on your notification bell. I will have that live up, and so if you guys want to go in and like click on that notify me, so that way you guys can get notified when I go live. It's going to be Thursday night, 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm in California. You do the math. I have been on live now almost 3 hours, I think. So I think it's time for me to get off of live. I appreciate each of you for coming on and hanging out with me. And we will talk later. So bye, everyone on YouTube, TikTok. I'm going to get to you now.